Hello everybody, my name is Aish Rizal and I am presenting this as a cybersecurity consultant. In this presentation, I will be discussing the ethical and legal implication of a sensitive data leak incident. Well, we will be analyzing the situation from multiple perspectives including legal frameworks in the UK and internationally, as well as professional ethical standards followed by cybersecurity professionals. The goal of this analysis is to understand not only what went wrong but how such things can prevented in future by following strong cybersecurity practices and ethical principles. Now, let's take a quick look at the incident. An employee at a large multinational company leaked sensitive customer data to a third party. The reason given to expose what they claim were unethical practices happening inside the organizations. On the other hand, the company insists that the leak clearly violated both General Data Protection Regulation or GDPR and international confidentiality argument signed by the employee. In this incident, raised a serious ethical and legal question. Was the employee acting as a whistleblower or in the for the public interest, or did they commit a breach of law by exposing personal data without permission? Legal framework in focus. Now, let's focus on the key legal frameworks relevant to this data leak incident. First, the GDPR or General Data Protection Regulation. It requires that personal data must be protected lawfully, transparently, and only for legitimate purpose. Any unauthorized disclosure of personal data is considered as a serious breach under this law. Next, the UK Data Protection Act 2018 enforced the GDPR within the United Kingdom, but it also adds some additional provision to strengthening data protection. Lastly, the Computer Misuse Act 1990 criminalized unauthorized access to data system, making it legal to use or access data without permissions. Together, this law form a backbone of the legal response to data breaches like one we are discussing right now. Legal line: hero or hacker, whistleblowing versus legal breach. The Public Interest Disclosure Act or PIDA is designed to protect whistleblowers. It encourages employees to report whistleblowing but only if disclosures are made responsibly, typically through internal channels or to designated regulators. In this case, however, the employee leaked information directly to external third party without authorization, even though the intent may have been ethical, to expose whistleblowing. This action still concludes as a legal breach. So the question remains, does ethical intent excludes breaking the law? Legal violence and consequences. Let's review the legal violence involved in this incident. First, the employee breaches Article 5 of GDPR, which prohibits the unlawful processing or disclosure of personal data. Second, the act violated the Computer Misuse Act by unauthorized access and sharing of protected information. Additionally, the employee broke company's internal confidentiality argument. As a result, the consequences can be severe, including criminal prosecution and hefty fines under GDPR, which can reach up to 20 million euros or 4% of a company's global annual revenue. Besides legal penalties, the employee could face termination and the company's reputation may suffer significant damages. Ethical theories in analysis. Now, let's analyze the incident through three key ethical theories. First, utilitarianism focuses on outcome. First, this view the data leak might be justified if it prevents greater harm by exposing unethical company practices. Second, deontology. Deontology emphasizes duty and rules. According to this approach, breaking data protection law is unethical regardless of any positive outcomes. Lastly, virtue ethics. Virtue ethics look at the employee's character and intention. It asks whether the employee's motive was honest and morally sound. These ethical perspectives help us to understand complex and moral dimension of the data leak. Professional ethics in cybersecurity. Professional ethics are crucial in cybersecurity. The ACM and BCS course of ethics emphasize three main principles: respecting privacy, maintaining integrity, and avoiding harm. Cybersecurity professionals have a responsibility to protect data at all times, even when they are facing moral dilemmas. In this case, the employee violated this principle by releasing sensitive data without consent, undermining trust and professional standards. Companies' ethical responsibilities. Companies hold important ethical responsibilities to prevent incidents like this. They must provide clear ethical guidance to all employees and establish secure internal systems for reporting concerns. Encouraging transparency and protecting whistleblowers within the organization is essential. Without a strong ethical, cultural, and trusted channels, employees may feel forced to take action externally, which can lead to legal and ethical complications. Final verdict: legal versus ethical. Now, let's summarize the final verdict from legal and ethical perspective. Legally, the employee clearly violated data protection law by unauthorized disclosure. Ethically, the situation is more complex. While the employee's intent to expose wrongdoing might have been moral, the method caused harm and broke trust. In conclusion, the employee's actions were both illegally and ethically questionable. However, the responsibility is shared. The company also plays a vital role in creating an environment where such incidents occur. Preventing future incidents. To prevent incidents like this in the future, companies must take proactive steps. First, build strong internal whistleblowing mechanisms that allow employees to report concerns safely. Next, regularly train staff on their legal and ethical obligation around data protection. Leadership should be held accountable to set the tone from the top. Conducting regular data audits and reviewing policies help identifying risks early. Most importantly, foster a culture of ethics and transparency so employees feel supported and valued. Lastly, cybersecurity is about more than just code, it's about trust. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would really appreciate if you could share your feedback or your suggestion. Thank you.